Hello YouTubers, tune in. This is Full Metal Jacket. Working on DuraCoating a M77. Before we do that, we got to take this bad boy down, take it apart. A few items that I'm going to recommend. Shoebox, medium size, so you can keep all your parts in order, and also another little box so you can put your fire control group, basically the receiver parts of the AK. When you take them out, I'm going to put them in this little box and close it and put it with the big box so I don't have little parts going everywhere, springs and pins and whatnot. Alright, so here we go. Let's get that out of the way. So, first things first, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull off, let's see if we can get this straight. I'm going to take the my buttstock adapter off. Yours may vary. If you've got a standard M77, it's going to be quite different. Let's see, pull up on that. This bad boy should come right off. Hold on a minute. There we go. Alright. Now we got that apart. Next thing we need to do is there's a little, this is a Tapco model, but anyway, basically what I'm going to do is push the pin out. Let's see. We'll worry about that later. I need some other tools. I need like a little small punch to get that out. Well, what we'll need for this Yugo style is some Allen head wrenches. Need to roll that in. Actually, I'm going to go grab some more tools and then come back. Alright. Back, and I got my Allen keys. Wrenches, whatever. So just take this bad boy apart. That's a little loose. Maybe it's not metric. Nope, not metric. So pop that out. Take my bolt out. There's one. Probably speed up this process so you don't have to watch the whole thing in live time. I'm gonna pull these nuts out. And I recommend threading, if you got any nuts and bolts, thread them together, so you know which ones readily are the matching sets. Alright, so this should come right out. And I've got some tape on there to take some of the wiggle out. Put that bad boy down right there. Okay, now what we got going on in here, we've got a hex nut. I'm not going to take that apart yet. I'm going to field strip the AK. Should have already done this, but yes, it's unloaded. Okay. Go ahead and push the button. Pop the top cover off. That's important. Get my trusty shoe box. Let's get all set up. Okay. Collecting my parts. Spring assembly, we're not going to paint that. But there's the bolt and carrier group. Also not going to be painted. Alright, now we've got the fire control group and everything in there. Let's go ahead and keep disassembling the gun. This will work. Disassembly. That I'm going to be painting the top gas piston doohickey. This we won't be painting. Adjustable gas. That's not the piston, but the adjustable gas portion of the system. Not going to be painting that. And then let's see here. Said before, tools help, not completely necessary. Ooh, I haven't thought about what I'm gonna do about that. Well, we'll get to that later. Since I'm gonna be painting, DuraCoating this gun, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. That part, I think I might just bring it in here and lock it down. Right over each channel. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna lock it down and paint it like chat right chair. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh, we still got the barrel threaded. Bird cage. Flash hider. That I'm gonna be painting. There we go. That's getting there. Now I gotta take the grip off. Here's the grip cover. This is a MOE AK grip. I like it. My hands are about medium, regular size. I don't got really large hands, but that grip, it's slender, it fits good for me. If you got really big hands, it may not be what you're looking for, but anyway. Damn it, once again I've got another tool I have to go pick up and get, a flathead, so I can get that out of there. Unless I got a flathead right here in this thing. Let's see. No, I don't. I gotta go. Alright. Flathead screwdriver. Let that be a lesson to you. Whenever you're gonna do a project, it's good to go get all your tools first. Sometimes you just don't know what tools you're gonna need, though. You know? Sometimes you just don't know until you've got it all taken apart, and then you realize, well, shoot, I need a whatchamadilly. It's on the freaking other side of the house, or whatever. But it's better just to go get that tool. Put that screw in there. Grip. Okay, so those are all riveted on. Those ain't coming off. I mean, I'm not taking them off to paint it. I'm just going to paint over them. It depends. If you wanted to do a OEM style job that the manufacturers would do if they were going to DuraCoat it, you would take all them rivets out and spend all that time riveting the bad boy back together. I am not gonna. No. I'm not even gonna take the side out, because all I'm gonna do is flip it over like that and tape it. I'm just gonna tape over it, put masking tape around the bad boy, and just paint it. Flip it back down. Good to go. Put this bad boy out here like this, or seat it. I could just seat it and paint it. I don't know. It ain't gonna matter really. At the end of the day, you're responsible for how good your paint job turns out. Okay. Now, let's see. That's off. Pull the trigger. Pow. Next thing we gotta do is take out some of these pins. See, if I remember correctly, you grab the spring, you put it there. Okay, let me get in closer here for you. So essentially what I'm doing is grabbing the, there's two springs for the trigger, or for the hammer. And pull them up, and I'm putting them behind these trunnion ears on the hammer. And that way, essentially, your trigger becomes one piece. Damn it, another tool I forgot. It's good to have is a zip tie. Put a zip tie around that and zip it so your springs don't go flippity flop, flip flop. Nah, I'll go get it later. Okay, so that relieves tension on your trigger. So now you can remove your trigger. And I'm just going to use a Allen wrench to punch that out. Oh boy. Let's see here. Probably need a little hammer so I can tap. Alright, there we go. Hammer. Little hammer. Take it, and you just should barely have to tap it. For some reason it's not wanting to go. Well, let's see here. Oh, duh. Forgot there's a pin retaining spring down in there that has to be dealt with. There we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but here, let me get a flashlight for you. Boom. I don't know, it's just one I'm testing. I think I picked it up for like 12 bucks. It's pretty bright. So, woo, it's kind of reflective. Let's see if we can't. Down in there on the side, you see that spring? That long skinny bar down there to the left hand side of the receiver? That holds that trigger pin in. What you gotta do is grab it with some needle nose and pull it over the lip. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's a lip down in there that it sits in. In normal operation, you gotta put it on the right, what would be your right hand side right now that we're looking at. And now the pin should just come right out. Yep. So now the pin is going to come all the way out. There's our pin. Put that in my little container. And our trigger parts will come right out as well. Uh-oh. Okay, good. There's a little spring that goes in that hole on the sear, or not the sear, but the safety catch. It keeps it, so when you pull the trigger, this will catch the hammer if you don't let up on the trigger. There's a spring that goes in this little hole here. Make sure you don't lose it. It looks like that. It's good to have a little pair of needle nose. You can just reach in there and rip all the stuff out. Next thing we'll do is take the safety out. So take the safety, rotate it all the way up until it comes out of the slotted hole like so. And there she blows. I'm gonna paint my safety, or I'm gonna DuraCoat my safety. There we go, and we're just about done. All we got to do is punch this out and make sure we don't lose that retaining wire, and then keep all that. And then, ouch! Numb nuts. I got lucky; it didn't slice my finger. But those trigger springs that I was talking about, you'll want to get some zip ties, because they will pop you and they can slice your finger. Ouch. They can slice your finger. I just got lucky. I'm gonna go get me a zip tie before I continue, because I'm gonna end up slicing my finger when I don't need to. There we go, zip tie. I'm just gonna loop it and zip tie that hammer and trigger, whatever, hammer springs to it. Oop, there we go. Alright, now it can't come apart anymore and try to slice my finger. Alright, next thing we do is we want to punch out this little pin here, holding the trigger, or the hammer rather, whatever. Let's see, I think it might be, it's hard to tell. Pull that pin over. I may have to do something with that. With that little pin. Not 100% sure. Trying to remember all this from when I took it apart last time. Nope, it's retained in there by that spring. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta grab it and slide it. Rotate it over. Out and down. Just try not to bend it all to shit. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. There we go. Oh, it's probably a little bent now. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be straight. There we go. Okay. Now that's that retaining wire that I was talking about, that spring. It sits in here on top of this rivet and goes underneath the trigger, the hammer, and back here underneath the trigger and back here to this other, underneath the hammer and back to the trigger spring. Now that I've removed it, this pin for the hammer will come right out, or it should. Hello. Maybe not. There we go. There's the see, there's the groove. I don't know if it's going to focus. gonna be hard to see, but there's a groove in the top where that wire spring sits. And now we can take our trigger out with our trigger hammer out with our zip tied spring on it. And now we've got a completely gutted receiver. Well, not completely gutted, but you know what I mean. And this is about as far down as I'm going to take it when I DuraCoat it. Essentially what I'm going to do is shove a cloth or something up in there and plug it so you can't get paint in the holes. I'm probably going to cover that front sight and these threads. I'm going to paint all that. I'm going to flip this up, tape it off the rear sight. Let me see. Unplug this, tape it up. I'm going to tape up the magazine well on the inside so you can't get any DuraCoat inside here. I'm going to tape the whole top and tape all the holes from the inside out so the paint don't get inside there. And I gotta remove this. That's the one last piece I haven't removed yet. So let's go ahead and remove it and be done with it. What do you think that is? No, it ain't a 3/8. Bigger. 7/16. We'll try 7/16. It might be 7/16. Nope, bigger. Half. Yep, it's a half. Oh boy. That bad boy's in there. Oh wait. Huh? Trying to do it with a screwdriver. The right tools make it easy. Yeah, come on. Finish it up. There we go. Oh, and I got me some washers in there so I don't mess that up. There's that part I made out of the, what is that? Yugo M90 or whatever adapter. I basically filled in, you can see it here where it's not painted, with epoxy. That's actually all epoxy from, so the adapter comes flat like that. So all this forward of this line right here is epoxy, sanded, shaped, whatnot. It's Tapco. So you can see that right there. Well, maybe not. But it's covered up. And we're going to be painting that as well. So there we go. Or DuraCoating it, whatever. I keep saying painting it. I'm not painting nothing, I'm DuraCoating it. There's a difference. It's like an epoxy 2-part mix. I like it. It wears good. It's not indestructible. It's not like Cerakote, but right now I don't have access to an oven. I guess I could bake this in my oven. I think my oven might be able to fit this receiver and barrel. I might want to put my, actually, you know what? I'm going to put my thread adapter, or my, I could just paint this thing on there while it's on there. You know, clean it, lube it all up. I could clean it all down, put a little bit of lube on the threads and close it, and then just paint it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm putting it back on there right now so it'll protect my threads so I'm not beating my threads up. That's it. That's how you, that's a little bit more than a filled strip of a M77 Zastava. There's the receiver basically gutted to the level that I'm going to paint it at. Alright, we'll follow up with a video on how to reassemble it after it's painted. Full Metal Jacket.